You're trash.
I am here with Brazil, Nicole, and the most recently evicted house guest, Judy, to dish the dirt. Now on Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. Hello, I'm Andrew Shefsick Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 6 Hockey Sticks. It's day 32 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house. And this week, Karen of the Western Conference is the head of household, giving the girls safety for the week. She nominated Joe and Hearn for eviction, but who will win the Golden Power Veto? You'll find out tomorrow. But first, we are here with Extra Whip, Brazil, Nicole, and Judy, Judge Judy, who was unfortunately evicted yesterday in an 8-3 vote. Judy, how are you?
I'm fine. Stephen made apparently a video that I was bitter, and I'm not bitter. I'm more disappointed, I guess, maybe because there's a cash prize at the end of this, but see, a lot of people don't know, and I'm sure Stephen doesn't know. I've actually been playing in games since 2017. I've won like 5 games of my own, come in second place, I'd say like 12 times.
Whoa.
I've been a first boot before, because when I get into a game, people know, if they know me and know sometimes how good I am, they want to get me out. So I'm not bitter. I'm actually in 3 other games right now, and I'm also hosting another game. So can you imagine my chats?
Oh.
I have a lot. I can handle them. I can deal with it. But obviously Stephen can't. So his strategy, I feel, is, I don't know, brutal.
Oh, what do you think his strategy is?
To be honest, I'm not sure what he's trying to get at. Like, it's puzzling. Like, out of all the years that I've played games, I've never seen someone act like this. And usually if somebody acted like this in a game, done. People would be like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't want this person here. Some of the gameplay, and Stephen also mentioned that something about me, why was I attacking Jit? Obviously, he's not around to know what took place in the chat in the very beginning. I'm a very, I guess I try to be funny and make the light of things, and I'm a nice person. So in the chat, I think Jit was making a comment about movies or something that he was going to. And as a joke, I put in the chat this GIF of Austin Powers that said nerd alert. And then I heard that all of a sudden Jit hated me because I called him a nerd. And I was like, oh my God, the guy needs to get a fucking life. Like, can he not take a joke? So from that point on, he had it out for me. What did I do to him? I don't know, because I made a little joke and he got offended in his little feelings. And so anyways, over time, I think I'd sent him a message and he didn't even respond to me. Jit, we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, people were coming to me when I guess there was all the guys winning. They were coming to me and saying, Jit is going hard in people's chats and people's messages aggressively, that he wants you out. And I'm assuming it's over that one comment. Like, how pathetic is that? But in games that I've played, people don't like that. People don't like that aggressiveness that puts a huge target on your back. And so all of a sudden, I'm going to say it was 15 days later, Jit sent me a message in response to something in the chat, because I forget what we were talking about, but I mentioned Donnie Wahlberg. As you know, my last name is because I have an obsession with New Kids on the Block and Donnie Wahlberg. So he sent me a message of a gif of Donnie Wahlberg, like all sexy. And he's like, said something like, is this what you want? And I was thinking, how fucking creepy are you? And I mean, I heard that Jit also messaged Amy and said, send me a voice clip or tell me a story. Like, how fucking creepy is that? Like, who does that? Like, Jit, honestly, get a life. So anyway, so that is that. Sorry, I took some notes. I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. Remember what I'm trying to say here.
I will say, sorry, just to cut you off. When you were evicted this on Wednesday, the exact words you used for Jit were, and I quote, "fucking nasty ass douche" and "fucking creepy," and "nobody likes your aggressive behavior." Now that is generally the way I leave orgs, where I tell everybody where to go. I will just say that it is interesting. I've known Jit for 10 years, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. And for some reason, the game, I think, did the same thing to him that it did to me the first time I played an org, where it just makes you it makes your brain spin. And so everybody has been saying what you've been saying, that he's messaging people a lot. He's playing way too hard, way too fast, aggressively, this and that. But I think it's just for some reason the game has just made him like that. But he is, if you were to ever meet him in person, he is a nice guy. I just
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, I take your word for it, but for someone like him to attack someone that they don't even know, and it wasn't even anything to do with the game. Like, I can understand, getting off because, oh, I don't like the way this person made the move on me, or the way that they're talking behind my back. No, it was over a fucking joke. So I don't know. That's pretty fucked up if you ask me. Anyway, let me see what I can say. You want me to just talk about people and game stuff?
Well, okay. One of the things I wanted to ask you was, you are the first person evicted this season with Monopoly pieces. You had the railroads, which you won in the Yankee swap. And this season, there is a change. I'm not going to give the Monopoly pieces to the next veto winner. Instead, you get to bequeath them to the house guest of your choice.
Ooh.
So who would you like to send the railroads to?
Interesting. Well, considering a lot of people lied to me, and a lot of them are playing a pretty shitty game. So
would you like to name names?
Yeah, so
game.
Okay, I'll tell you who I'll give it to, and then I'll
okay.
I'll that story in a second. You know what? Give it to Karen. Let her have she has the power now. Let her have some more power.
Okay.
So Karen now has the railroads and the orange color set.
What is that? I forget.
The orange set, St. James, Tennessee, and New York.
Okay, so that's just what she gets.
Yeah, so she has two sets now. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about a whole something else. It's late.
So Karen wins head of household. And last week, after Amy W. kind of put her on blast, a fair number of house guests thought that she needed this win. Would you agree that this was a well-timed win for her?
I'm trying to think, like, yes and no. Like, sure. Like, I don't really feel that what Amy said was truthful. I don't know why she said it, because everything she said to me was very puzzling and just made no sense.
What are you talking about exactly?
Yeah.
What part of what she said?
I don't know. She was saying that, what did she say? That Karen was lying to people and making up stuff and things like that, which, no, that's not true. There was quite a few things that she had told me, like, or things that Karen had told me, and they were fine. Like they weren't a lie.
Mhm.
And I mean, I can't really pinpoint, but just some of the things that Amy said, I was like puzzling, like, why would you say that? Because I don't see that in her. But on the other hand, let me just go back into the game here. So I know you talked about a lot of alliances and things like that, and I was in a few. One of them that I was in kind of was in the beginning of the game, and then it kind of disappeared a little, and I didn't really talk in it a whole lot. And then I was in an alliance where there was a few people in it. One of them being Jonah. I hate talking bad about people, but it kind of pissed me off because someone kind of put light of the situation. A lot of things didn't make sense. And then I was putting 2 and 2 together. So back when we played the veto challenge, when Jonah had those extra chips and I was sitting with 0, and I was saying to him to give them to me, he gave them to Kately. Is it Kately is how you say it?
Mhm.
Are you talking about Press Your Luck?
Yes, it was the veto, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He gave away the chips to her. After that was done, he said to me, I said, why didn't you give them to me? I had 0 and giving me a chance to win. He said he didn't realize what he was doing. Something along the lines. Bullshit. Like, honestly. Yeah, I can see right through it. I've played games for so long that I can read people and know how they're going to go. I just want to say to Hearn, he's playing way too hard. You're going to out really fast because there's quite a few, like same with Jonah, playing way too hard. You're playing different sides, and I know you're in alliance with somebody else, with the girls, and he's stuck to that. And then he was just bouncing all over the place. It's just, I don't know. I like you as a person, but he's playing messy in my mind. Let me think. What else?
So were those the people that when you were saying were playing shitty games, were those the names you were alluding to? Kind of these two.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I'm not even going to get into it with Jid and Steven, like their games. The game, you're not going to get far. I'm sorry. Like, when you play a game, and I mean, you should be glad in a way. They should be glad in a way that they got me out, because I've played in so many games and I've got so far and I've won games and I've got to the end. So I know how to play the game and say certain things, but it really sucked that a lot of people playing were kind of new to it and just completely clueless and didn't know certain things. And I remember I was speaking to someone, I think it was Amethyst, sorry. And I cannot remember exactly what I said to her, but she mentioned something to me and I came back to it with her with something that the way it should go. And she's like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. And I don't know if she's played games or not before, but her and there's some other people, it's like when you've never played games before, you obviously don't know. And you're going to screw yourself over. So I tried really hard to give advice to people, and I would have pulled people along and got them there to the end, because I know how this all works. I'm not really the type of person to lie in games. I have so many people that I've met in the OR community, that I've had meetups and things like that. I have so many friends from these types of games. And I feel like this game, from the betrayal and stuff like that from people, I maybe am walking away with 2 people that I can say were actually genuine, nice people that I can.
Who do you feel betrayed from then? You said the 2 people. So who do you think betrayed you?
No, there was quite a few that betrayed me, but I'm saying there's 2 people that I could walk away and say they are actually that I could be friends with them.
I see. Sure.
I don't want to call them out. I don't want to put a target on their back or anything like that.
What made you?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so why do you think you were put up, targeted, evicted in the end. What do you think it was about you, your game, your relationships that you got to this point right here?
I think it was a mix of a few things. Like there was possibly an alliance that was a little bit stronger than what I had with some people. And I mean, like I said, Jonah was bouncing all over the place. He would tell us one thing and then we would find out different things. And a lot of things just didn't add up. And I don't know if he was pushing to get me out. I don't know, because why is the vote so high when people came to me and said that they were going to keep me? So obviously people are fine. So
who do you think were the 3 votes to keep you?
I think Karen was one, Andrew possibly the other. The third one is hard to say. Maybe Rhonda. I don't know. I'm up in the air on the third one.
Speaking of Rhonda, how do you think the vote would have went if you stayed on the block with her?
Yeah, that one's tough to say. Like possibly I might have stayed.
I think you would have had a better chance.
A little bit better of a chance. I don't know how much of a connection that she has to everyone. It's hard to say. Like it seems like everyone's flip-flopping all over the place. And even from you mentioning all these chat, like I've never been in a game where there's been that many alliances. And in the beginning,
sounded like there was like 50 of them.
Oh yeah, ridiculous. Obviously these people don't know what they're doing. So when you're in a game and you're flip-flopping all over the place, oh my God, like figure your shit out. Stick with like those certain people that you think you're going to trust and stick with them. If you're going to flip-flop all the way through, you're going to screw yourself over. So
yeah, I play the same way. I make an alliance early and I just stick with them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, what else did I have? Yeah, some of these people that are playing, I mean, I'm sure it's their first time and the shadiness is real. So, yeah, I don't know.
All in the fun of the game, right? Being shady a little bit.
It's funny because there hasn't been that much drama, and yet Amy and now you have come on saying that there is a lot of shadiness going on and a lot of drama, maybe behind the scenes, maybe in the one-on-ones.
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. So
who do you think is going to win and who do you want to see win?
That's a tough call. It's hard to say because there's different people playing. So there's the people that are aggressive and out there. And usually those people, sometimes they'll get far and then they get cut because people get annoyed. And then there's people that, you know, are kind of sitting back pretty and not saying a whole lot, but they're getting pushed along and they make it there. I find with games, people, when you get to the end, they're going to vote no matter what you say. And no matter what you say, I guess, to the jury, it's either they're going to vote for their friend or they're going to vote for how you played the game. So it's either one way or the other. And just
or
like
they'll vote for whoever's sitting next to Paul. There's 3 scenarios.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I've played games before where I've won it based on my social skills and things like that. And I've won a game based on how I played. So it depends also on the jury, which sucks. I would have loved to make jury and be able to make a decision like that, but it is what it is.
The good news is this season, the jury house is, I don't know if I said it on the air yet, but the jury house is going to be in the same chat as the extra whip. So you will be in the same chat with people who are coming in from the jury.
Interesting.
I don't think it's going to affect anybody's decision, but I mean, hey, it'll be something different. But you didn't name names there. Who do you want to see win? Who do you think will win?
Geez, it's really tough to say because the way people are playing, and I still don't see a full potential in a lot of people in their game. So it's kind of anyone's game right now. If I chose right now, I would say a female. I mean, to me, I think Kaylee is playing a really good game. She's won some challenges, and then she's, you know, got some advantages and things like that. And she seems to be very likable. So she would be the one that I would say would possibly win it. Is she the one that I would want to win it? Not 100%. The person that I want to win it, it's hard to say. And I don't know if I should say, because then is that putting a target on somebody? So, you know, I don't know about that one. There's a few, but definitely not people that are sitting, you know, being annoying.
I have a feeling I know who you want to see win, but I won't.
I have a feeling also.
Yeah.
Did you know, Nicole, that go ahead, Judy, who you found out something about Brooke when you were playing this game?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I just said she lived down the street from me.
Oh.
But
every Canadian lives within a 4-block radius. This is a scientifically proven fact about Canada. Like, I've done so much research over the past few years. Jojo, if you're listening, get that map out. I know you're listening somewhere, Jojo, Jonathan, get your map out. Bring it. I know we have a list, a little apartment building. Everyone lives there.
Okay, but
I'm so stressed out.
When I went to Kelowna, Curtis was in Vancouver, and he was going back to Kelowna the day that I went to Vancouver. And I looked at every single car on the way, because there's only one highway between the two, and
Yes.
I couldn't see him. It was very unfortunate.
Curtis is pretty sneaky, though.
Yeah, he probably took some backdick way to make sure that he didn't have to wave to me.
Some South African road behind all the other roads.
Curtis taking a long way.
This all makes so much sense. I'm not surprised. This is the most believable thing I've heard.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody was calling me, so I kind of lost sound at the same time. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Okay. The volume went really low. That's super weird. Okay.
Well, Judy, this was a lot of fun. Is there anything else you would like to share with us?
I think, let me just go back. I think Brooke works down the street, and she lives like 10-15 minutes away, but she literally works 2 minutes away. I remember she telling me that. Don't know what happened to my sound, because I can barely make out what you guys are saying, because somebody called my phone. But anyways, oops. So what were you saying? What I should anything I want to say?
Yeah.
Any final words or thoughts?
Any final thoughts?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure there's a lot I can say, and we'd be here a lot longer if I kept going, but yeah, I don't know. It was honestly fun to play. It was interesting. Maybe people are playing a certain way because it's for a cash prize. Maybe people really just don't know how to play, and they're trying their best. Sometimes it's not the greatest, the way that the things are coming out. And yeah, I don't know. If anyone's interested in playing any more games, I know a lot throughout the community, and you can reach out to me, and maybe we can play another game together, and it'll be a whole another different outcome. So
we'll get Amy and Jit to play. I'm sure they're itching to do this again. No, I'm just kidding.
Amy was just saying she's signing up for back-to-back orgs now.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else, Brazil, Nicole?
Nope, it is. I'm in the East Coast right now, so for me, I go to bed a little earlier these days.
I'll just do a quick update. So Nicole has lost 3 people. So Nicole's team is Corey, Jonah, Joe, Kately, and Jit. Brazil has Rhonda, Hearn, Andrew, Karen, Brooke, Amethyst, Steven. So yeah, right now Brazil is looking pretty good there. All right, so With that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto? Find out tomorrow. And then Monday, will they use it in the Golden Power Veto ceremony? Tuesday, the final two nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition, where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 6 house, fail to clinch a spot in the playoffs, and lose their shot at the $600 cash prize. I'm Andrew Shevchik-Moonves. Take care, and remember, to win the game is great, to play the game is greater, to love the game is the greatest of all. Good night.